Hello, everyone. Today is Tuesday, February 20th, 2024 at 11:21 a.m. in the morning. I'm long overdue for an update on this channel. So this is my main target about a Psych World channel, and so excuse me. One of the most recent videos that I did, I updated and told everybody that I had, permanent housing. Well, and people were happy for me, not the gang stalkers, but, everybody else. But, um, so what happened was the gang stalkers, immediately when I when I got the place, within less than 2 hours, they already illegally found out where I was living at. And then within a couple of hours of being there at the place in Pensacola, after I left from Bloomington, Texas, I went back to Pensacola for that housing opportunity that I've been on the housing list for 4 years. And so I finally got the housing opportunity, and it seems like as if the housing opportunity was a gang stalking setup from the get-go. And so I only lasted a month there, and on my other channels I talked about, excuse me, my Candy Grand Prix channel was the main channel I've been using lately, but so, and also my target about a Psych World backup channel, been documenting. So, um, like after I left Bloomington, Texas, I was traumatized and went through hell there. And they were electronically trying to murder me in Bloomington, Texas. And then they traumatized me with the Social Security, and it felt like a trap. It was worse than, more depressing and worse than Denton, Texas. Living in the middle of nowhere with nobody that in a small town, and then having no car. And the bus driver, the abusive, narcissistic, gang stalking little bus drivers, with that small little transportation, they try to sabotage the only transportation that I had in Bloomington. So I was very unhappy living there. They had a fake TI perp that lured me to Bloomington and then ghosted me the night that I got there. And so I was upset, and didn't have a great experience at all being over there. And so then I went to Bloomington, Texas after those couple of months after the perps ran me out of Pensacola. And then I went to Cincinnati, Ohio, and was there for a couple of months. And then that fake TI perp lured me to Bloomington, Texas. And then after that, I was happy. I was glad for any opportunity to get out of Bloomington. And then I was happy to go back to Pensacola, and didn't realize it was a gang stalking setup. That area housing commission, it was a gang stalking setup. And so then I went to after they, for the third and last time, they not only gang stalked me out of my apartment, and I was forced to throw away everything. I got rid of the storage unit, and spent so many days and so much work sorting out many belongings out of that storage unit, and then all for to just be forced to have to throw everything away. Stuff that I had possessions of from childhood. I had to throw just about everything away, and then everything I own now, everything I own is in my backpack. And all those years of me paying on a storage unit just for this to happen. And then I ended up being forced to have to throw almost all my belongings away. And then had including important medical papers from growing up as well. And then I would, the gang stalking neighbors were threatening my life. And then even the housing the housing commission, the meeting was a gang stalking setup also. And they wanted me gone. So I only lasted a month at that place. And ever since then, I went back to my hometown, New Orleans. And I'm, back in my hometown, New Orleans, and been here since October 7th of last year, 2023. And then, they have been trying to make me feel very unwelcome and unwanted in my own hometown where I was born and raised. And, I've been wrongfully banned from quite a few places, including the airport, because gang stalkers lied on me. The sex trafficking gang stalkers lied on me. And then, including my twin sister. And then, coming to the realization that I'm wrongfully, eternally, permanently banned from my family forever as well. I'm, permanently banned from my biological family and the foster family. Banned from the family forever. And so, I'm still being gang stalked and followed and harassed everywhere, both online and in person. And I have a new job that I started earlier this month, but I'm dealing with the workplace mobbing already. Or for them to try to manipulate for me to want to quit, or me being afraid that I can lose my job or get fired at any moment. So with the new job, I have not gotten the first paycheck yet. I have not gotten the first paycheck yet, but it's a low wage part-time job that the job pay excuse me, the job pay is so low that I won't be able to it's still not enough for me to make my own sufficient living without having to ask or panhandle or anything. So a 2 weeks worth of paycheck, of me working for 2 weeks, and the amount of money would be just excuse me, the amount of money for 2 weeks of paycheck is just the equal to the amount of 5 hotel nights. And it's hard to find a cheaper motel, and they're always either booked or too dangerous to live at. They're always either too booked up or they're dangerous to live at. Or I recently tried extended stay place, and they gang stalked me out of there too. So I can't go back. So it's they're keeping me forced homeless and everything more expensive. Everything to be forced way more expensive. It makes no sense to force somebody to struggle and suffer like this. you know. So I come to the realization, excuse me, that due to my homelessness and targeting, that for the rest of my life I can no longer get a permanent place to have a permanent place to live again. I can never have a permanent home again. And it seems hopeless for me to finally get a job that will pay good enough for me to have a regular apartment, but I can't live in apartments because of the gang stalking and the noise campaigns and my disability and hypersensitivity and everything. So it's really crazy being forced. It's like another form of undeserved punishment, and I have to be like out in the elements, not even having a car or anything like that. I have to be out in the elements and extremely vulnerable. And so I mean, they still won't allow me to make a living from my writings. You know, excuse me. And this they're making it extremely hard for me to live and survive. And they're trying to look for things to falsely criminalize me about. And even if they gotta feel like they gotta make up lies on me to get me destroyed. I mean, if I don't get wrongfully banned from places, then they will harass until they can manipulate for me to not want to go back there anymore to certain places like malls, libraries, and unwelcome everywhere, even in my own hometown. And my biological aunt recently I haven't contacted her in 5 years, and she recently told me straight up that she didn't want to be bothered and that she didn't want me at her house. And everybody defended and agreed with and praised her for that, and they don't even know what her real character is like. Or, they falsely make like as if I caused her a problem when they don't know that she's always been mean like that. Excuse me. But being freezing temperatures, my biological aunt still didn't give a damn. Excuse me. And I had never got out of line with her. I never got into an argument with her or disrespected her. And then having crossing paths with other family members that would be rude, disrespectful, gang stalking me, treating me like, giving me that constant reminder that I deserve to be punished or you're not welcome in the family. So, I mean, I've suffered a lot of so-called, what people want to say, mental health issues and a lot of depression due to, family abuse. Excuse me. So, I mean, 2023 was a hard year for me. A bad year for me, with me losing everything, and almost lost my physical life. Excuse me. And when I packed up my belongings to move out of that apartment in Pensacola in October, there was a gang stalking Freemason with a red car and Masonic logo on a license plate that wanted to try to eyewitness, me being murdered by the gang stalking ghetto neighbors. And that was my only time in my life actually living in the projects, and I didn't know the projects until after I booked my bus ticket. And I didn't know that Area Housing Commission in Pensacola, Florida, that all of their housing properties is the projects, you know. And it was hard to get housing in Pensacola. And it's hard to get housing and jobs here in New Orleans. I'm surprised I finally found a job, but it kind of is not working out that great. It's not the worst, but, thankfully I have an easy job. But they're trying to, they're trying to intentionally make the job harder or trying to drive me to want to quit. So, but I've been working there. This coming Thursday will be 2 weeks. But I don't get the first paycheck until next week. Well, I'm not supposed to get the paycheck until next week. And so, tomorrow I'm scheduled to have to be back on the streets with really nowhere to go. And having no place where I can pee in private, with me being homeless on the streets, and then having I'm working at a restaurant, so imagine like being homeless, working at a restaurant, and you can't get your clothes washed, and you're smelling like pee or menstruating or something like that, and having no place where you can take a bath or a shower, and having like barely enough money for even lunch to eat, and having like little to no sleep, and then everybody heavily gang stalking and attacking and following you everywhere, but not one person want to help, and everybody wants to say people don't have to help you or nobody has to help you, but y'all blocking me from getting the help myself. For y'all to say nobody has to help you, but you don't have to hurt me either. You don't, if you say nobody has to help me, but why are y'all obligated to hurt me or destroy me or ruin me? And with the airport job, my twin sister and her cult following flying monkeys, gang stalkers, excuse me, they, like the day after I got hired to work at the airport, they contacted the airport and, told them a bunch of lies. And then, I was scheduled to start the day after they wrongfully banned me from the airport, which was 2 days after I got hired. 2 days after I got hired, I was supposed to start work at the airport. And so the day before was the night that they got me wrongfully banned from the airport, and told the loss prevention security guard, they told him a bunch of lies about me. And he believed their lies and wouldn't allow me to explain myself. Excuse me. Oh, they wouldn't allow me to explain the truth. I have mucus in my throat and chest due to the tooth abscess. I'm sorry, y'all. So, but I've been mainly active on my Candy Grand Prix channel on YouTube, and semi-active on the Targeted by the PsychWorld backup channel. But I haven't, excuse me, I haven't been so active on this channel with posting videos, but I've been doing stuff like watching other people's videos and saving their videos or whatever um on this main target about a Psych World channel, but I haven't I mean, I've been mainly doing videos and the most active on my Candy Grand Prix channel. CandyGrandPre. And so the regular gang stalkers, the sex traffickers, and the fake TI perps are still slandering me as usual. And making up lies and trying to destroy me. So I'm gonna go for now. I was just updating because yeah, I only lasted a month at that apartment that was supposed to have been permanent housing. And I mean with that permanent housing, the rent was $213 a month. So if I got out of homelessness and got permanent housing, $213 a month, when the rent was $213 a month, why would you sabotage, ruin, and destroy that? I mean, and you even sabotage and ruined and destroyed me paying $1,200 a month at an extended stay place, or $400 a week at extended stay place. And then they try to call up the regular hotels and tell the hotels lies about me too. And I'm trying to figure out, how do these gang stalkers, the online stalkers, how do they find out my exact location everywhere, even if I don't post it? They got their tabs on wherever I work at, what restaurants I eat at, what hotel I'm staying at, but they're blocking me from working and trying to beat me into submission to join their Luciferian gang stalking sex trafficking cult, and telling me that I should make the right decision and join the kingdom of darkness. You know, and I don't want to be any part of that, you know. And so I still have not sold out and have zero intentions to sell out, you know. But this suffering is unbearable. This suffering is unbearable. And I'm, feeling like, I mean, I be feeling like I'm going to lose my mind and go crazy, you know. So thanks for listening to me. I'm going to go for now. Love y'all. Bye.